Hey guys, it's Adam from AA Gaming on a new segment of our show called the Rhystic Study, where we'll be talking about various topics on EDH, things like the ban restricted announcement today, various tactics to use in it, about strategies, archetypes, new cards that arise, and all other such stuff that has to do with Commander and EDH in general. We'll be doing it. I'll be doing episodes sprinkled somewhere in between, and around like seasons. So you'll be seeing a steady stream, but it won't interfere at all with our normal episodes. So it'll most likely be featuring me just about every time. Um, and we'll have Andy and other various guests from the show on that you guys have seen, Kyle, Mark, uh, possibly anyone else. So and so today, and I decided my first episode should start today. It'll be a little off the cuff. I plan to script a little more often for it, but we're doing an off the cut stream of consciousness episode about the banned and restricted list that happened today, April 24th, I believe. Right? Is it 24th? Yep, the 24th. And we have, I'll just get right into it. We have Leovold, Emissary of Trest, is banned in EDH, and Protean Hulk is unbanned. Um, all I can definitely say, I'll start right off the bat. I am very happy with these changes. These are two things that I have been very adamant about for a very long time. Well, as long as Leovold has existed, I have thought he is easily my least favorite general to go up against, and I'm the kind of guy that will basically try and insta-kill you. Like, I'll hunt you down if you play him. I hate the idea of my card advantage being fucked with in any way. I don't enjoy my tormenting voices failing. I don't enjoy like any of my other draw. I play draw sevens in like Maelstrom Wanderer. In just about every deck, I play some sort of card advantage because it's basically one of my favorite things to do in Magic. And seeing this guy on the other side of the table makes me angrier than you would ever believe. So I'm glad he's gone, and I'll get more into that later. And Protein Hulk, as Andy could tell you, though he couldn't be here tonight, I have been adamantly um, in favor of them unbanning it for a while. And I'll start with this segment for Protein Hulk. Protein Hulk is a 7-drop 6/6 beast in green, 5 and 2 green. When when it dies, you search your library for any number of creature cards with total converted mana cost 6 or less and put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. And right off the bat, you can probably guess why this was originally put on the ban list. It both tutors and puts into play. So you're already looking at somewhere comparable to Tooth and Nail on a creature with a die trigger. Um, I'm not surprised this was on there in the first place, though I believe, personally, my argument would be is that in the long run, we've come up with so many new combos, things like Mykius, the Unhallowed, Kiki Jiki, and various other legendary creatures and or just creatures in general in EDH that just that infinite combo with each other to either outright end the game or give you the means to outright end the game are so vast, and there's just so many of them now, and they're so easy to put together that the banning of one engine to make it happen seems silly to me. Plus, my other argument was always there's a wide variety. Things like Sundering Titan or uh, Sylvan Primordial or Prophet of Krufix that were on the list basically have no other mode other than ridiculously unfun, overpowered, whatever you want to call it, however you want to complain against them. They generally just lead to just bad game states in general for the face of the format. There's really no way to do it in a way that seems fair. Whereas take Protein Hulk, of which I bought one today, foil, because I didn't have one before. I'm going to put it in my Maelstrom Wanderer deck. 99% of the time, I'm probably just getting, like, Niv Mizzet out of it. Or, I'm trying to think of my other 6-drops in that deck. Doesn't matter. Or like Frost Titan or something. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably just getting a 6-drop and replacing it. This guy is basically just dies and gets me something smaller. And that's fine with me. I think that'll be fine in general. I think a lot of people are going to play it like that. Otherwise, the combos are pretty clear. Things like Mykius, Walking Ballista, things like, I believe, Safi, Eric Strotter, and a few other the same cards that show up in a lot of corridor decks. You can look into it yourself. I'm not very well versed on what infinite combos with Protean Hulk. I just know a lot of stuff does. The biggest thing I can think of is the Mykius and Walking Ballista is the newest one. You immediately put it together and you just kill everything. Kill everything and everyone. So as far as Protean Hulk goes, I do believe it will. Some people will play it like total spiky, will play it very spiky and just be kind of douchebags about it in combo. And you can always just avoid those people. It's the same people who run things like the Boon Weaver, or a Boon Weaver. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's basically the combo that already exists in a lot of these corridor blue or white, green, black kind of decks anyways that Protean Hulk's probably going to take the most advantage of. Or they're going to take the most advantage of Protean Hulk anyways. They already have plenty of infinite combos. This just adds another one to the list. So I don't think anyone's going to be building a new deck around it, and you won't see any new people playing combo just because Protean Hulk is unbanned. If anything, you're going to be seeing a lot more people just playing it like I did, where you just put together, maybe a 4-drop and a 2-drop that you like, or a 6-drop. People are going to be having fun with it. And I think that's why they took a shot at it. I haven't read their official statement. I think, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, Sheldon something. I really should know this before this video. But he stated that it really doesn't change much in terms of like what already combos. All it was just on the list like that. So they felt pretty much the same way I did, and I think it was a long time coming. As of printing, or as of recording this video, Protean Hulks are basically sold out from the internet for anything under $20. And the foils are basically like, what are you offering? Like, you can just pretty much ask whatever for a foil Protean Hulk at this moment. I'm almost positive I got the last one on the internet. I'm not even kidding. I got to this ban restricted list pretty late as I was at work before this. That's generally why these weekday videos come out late, like the Let's Talk About Gods videos we did, which would now be under the umbrella of the Rhystic study. So, so yeah, there's almost no more Protean Hulks. It is now a $20 card and up, and then the foils are ridiculously overpriced. I really hope you guys got to it before I did and picked up as many as you wanted. This is now a Commander staple. Well, I wouldn't say staple, but this is now an EDH card for the ages. So hopefully you had them, or hopefully you were sitting on a bunch and you can sell them. Do whatever you can with them, but they're now permanently changed in price. And our second announcement was the banning of Leovold, and this is a big one I was waiting for. Leovold is a black, green, and blue 3/3 legendary elf advisor. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. And whenever a permanent you control becomes a target of a spell ability an opponent controls, you draw a card. So he is just dripping with card advantage. Basically, your opponents can't ever get ahead on cards, and anytime they try and deal with what you're doing, you get ahead on cards. Almost everything's a 2-for-1 at this point, especially if he's your general. A big problem with this guy is it was almost impossible to not find yourself, even if you built like all creatures, no discard, nothing like that. You built nothing around his ability. Your opponents still found themselves locked out of their strategies for card advantage, which is one of the biggest ways to play EDH, one of the biggest ways to create an impact on the game, is to refill your hand, refill your supplies, and gather resources so that you can keep going into what most of the time ends up being a long-term kind of game. Leovold completely crushes all that for 3 mana. Plus, you draw a card when they try and deal with it. So, um, so he was already without building around him a complete and total just uh, just no fun. Just a total party pooper, to put it lightly. Um, And even if you do build around him, that's where I think a lot of the vitriol came from. He's been out for about a year now, and I believe they were keeping their eye on him. And it just turns out almost every Leovold deck is the same. You play almost all the same wheel effects, a lot of the same ones you would put in any given like Grixis Punisher deck, like what's his name? The I can't think of him right now. The Grixis guy that draws extra cards. And damages your opponent's form. Either way, you play a lot of wheel effects, things like wheel and deal, windfall, dark deals, stuff like that. You just keep making your opponents discard and try and draw new hands, and every time they fail to, and they're basically down the 1 card. It's savagely effective as a general and as a strategy. You're basically making it so all your opponents are just permanently out of cards, and you have constant ways to make sure that's going to happen for the rest of the game. And all you have to do is sit back and slowly build up something to kill the whole table while they're completely out of hand resources for the rest of the game. There's really no argument for this. I'm surprised it lasted this long. I've heard of plenty of people being upset that their Leovold decks got smashed, but I've heard a lot more feedback that this is just overall a net positive for the game. A few people are going to lose their really spiky hardcore decks that make it so the whole table essentially can't play. I'm not really going to shed a tear for them. Plus, your Leovold's still worth something. All your wheel effects are still going to be fine in Nesukar. Oh, that's his name. Figured it out. Just in time. In Nesukar decks, all your mana base is still going to be fine. Basically, your whole deck is worth something, especially since Leovold sees play in Legacy, and and Top just got banned too. So basically, there's this huge hole in Legacy that I believe is going to. A lot of people are speculating is going to be filled by elves in general. So here you go. Just sell it to a Legacy player or trade it in for like 45 store credit on Card Kingdom or something, and you're going to be just fine. Uh, So I believe that was pretty much my whole stream of consciousness. I'm excited to see Leovold gone in general. Protean Hulk, I'm glad to see back. I'm glad I picked up a foil. I'm going to be playing him like a total Timmy. He's just going to plop out a new creature when he dies, and I'll smile every time. It'll be great for me. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment on how you feel about this. I'm sure everyone's got an opinion because everyone has an opinion on EDH, on anything that happens in it. So that's why I love this format. Everyone's got something to say. And hope you guys leave a comment. Hope you guys like the video. And be excited for more to come out soon. I believe my next one's going to be, ironically enough, about commander aggro and how some generals are hated enough that you automatically have a target on your back when you start it. And ironically, I was going to feature Leovold as the star of that video, that opinion piece, because he exactly describes my feelings toward that. I don't even know what my most hated general is anymore. I've really got to think about that. But thank you guys for watching. This is Adam from AA Gaming signing out.